All right. Well, it looks like we are live. Hello, everybody who is joining us here. Hello, Rednax is here. Hey, Brittany, great to see you as always. Awesome stuff, you guys. Welcome to our new time. Hope that this time works for everybody. I know it's a little bit later. It's quite a bit later than it's been in the past, but that's just a product of me having a new job and having to work later. And we're gonna try it for a few weeks and see how it goes. If nobody tunes in and it's just it doesn't feel the same, then we'll try and move it a little bit earlier if we can swing that. But yeah, I'm really excited because a long time Cantina Chatter podcast contributor Jurassic Dave93 is here to talk some new toy releases. So Dave, how's it going?
That's going all right. I'm glad to be on here. Thanks for having me. How's everybody doing out there? First time live, not on Instagram. But yeah, this should be a lot of fun. This is a way to end a long week and talk some toys and some general stuff and have some fun.
Absolutely. I can use that. Other than some good sleep, I can use some good toy conversation right now. So absolutely. So hey, Dodge93, hey, welcome. Mary, hey, great to see you as always. So yeah. So what are you drinking over there, Dave?
I have just a little bit of whiskey. I'm not much of a mixed drink person. It's a Russell's Reserve Kentucky Straight Bourbon.
Nice. That sounds.
But yeah.
That sounds good. I'm cheating this week. I know. I'm the cocktail mixed drink connoisseur, but I'm cheating this week because I was telling Dave before we came on, if I have an alcoholic drinker and I'm going to fall asleep on stream, and nobody wants to see that, trust me. So I'm cheating tonight. A little bit of caffeine. I have a Dr. Pepper cream soda. Yeah,
awesome.
These are pretty good. These are pretty good. So I'll be sipping on that throughout our
good
conversation. Yeah. So I know we mentioned it a few minutes ago, Dave, but before we popped on here, but there's a new episode of Bad Batch. We talked Bad Batch on Cantina Chatter. And I haven't seen the new episode, so we're not going to talk about the latest episode.
Yeah, no spoilers, anyone.
yes, not yet. We'll get to it on Cantina Chatter eventually, but yeah. So there were some pretty interesting toy things that happened this week, not just with Hasbro, but also Mattel did something, didn't they?
Yeah, it was a busy week. It was an expensive week between basically Star Wars and Jurassic Park are my main things that I collect, and yeah, there's a lot of neat stuff, some stuff that I purchased that I don't even know what it looks like yet. Some anxiety had that turned out not to be a worry that I needed to have, but it was overall a fun week.
Yeah, totally. These con exclusives are always so anxiety inducing, and I'm always really stressed out before like the night before. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, and sometimes I even dream about missing out on stuff, before it's even gone up. Cause collector. But yeah, so no, this was surprising. And I was so stressed out because I knew I was going to be at work. I knew that it wasn't going to be easy to do it. And I was surprised that this exclusive was very easy to get. When does that ever happen? When does that happen?
I don't know. Did they make a lot of them? Did they expect a high demand, or was this a low demand product? I don't know, but the experience overall was pleasant, and I had a good day yesterday because of it.
Yeah, totally. I was so frantic and so in a hurry that I didn't even see that it's a limit 2 per person. So I ordered one, and I was like, what? I could get 2. I was looking at online. I was like, what? We could have gotten 2. So I went back, placed another order. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I was going to say Pulse, that Mattel Creations can merge those along with a third order I placed. I did order the Pixar Kevin.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
From Up. I did order that because that just looks so cool to me.
Yeah, definitely.
So I hope that they can merge those. I'm not too hopeful about that, but doesn't hurt to ask, right? So
yeah, I was dreading the day that Mattel would release a Jurassic Park, Jurassic World on Mattel Creations based off the Instagram experience we had about a year ago with trying to get that Nedry. That was just there and gone so fast, and I was dreading it. I was expecting not to get it at all, and I'm sitting there, pops up, and I'm sitting in that line going, well, here it is. I'm not getting this one, and pretty much everyone got 2. I think it's still up. I checked a couple hours ago. It's still there. So yeah, bravo Mattel with all the Hot Wheels, the WWE, Pixar things that you all had on there, and the website stayed up, and everyone had a pretty positive experience from what I can tell.
Well, yeah. I was really happy to see that. It can always go one of two ways, right? It's a crap shoot, and yeah, it's just like it's not good. And then you have people just complaining for days on end about how, oh, Mattel is the devil, and this hobby sucks, and this and that. But no, like when they get it right, people are happy, and they got it right this time. I don't know if it's like you said, they just made a ton of them. It is a pre-order, so maybe they're going to put in an order with their supplier or something, and it could be something like that. But either way, I'm glad that I was able to secure my 2 sets, and bar anything unfortunate happening, like them canceling orders or things getting lost or damaged in shipment. I think this is going to be a pretty good, memorable, for a good reason, exclusive Mattel exclusive set.
Yeah, and everybody out there, as far as I know, it might still be up right now. It was a few hours ago, but go get it, because there's going to be people out there, you're putting off, and then when everybody gets it in October, and you're going to be asking, how do I get a hold of this? I don't want to pay eBay prices. Yeah. Now's your chance. Get on there.
Do not wait. It's what I always say. Do not wait. If there's something you want and it's available, you're going to pay a lot of money by delaying. Get it now. Don't wait. Don't wait. Sometimes it hurts to jump on something, before, it might not be the best time to buy something, but yeah, you don't want to regret that and pay triple the price in a few months. So good advice. So hello, Darth Clueless. Brittany says NECA owes me a new cardiovascular system. Yeah, those are really stressful. Those are hella stressful. Yeah, it's those are terrible. But it wasn't so smooth on the Hasbro end of things. Thankfully we were communicating. I really appreciate you sending me a message that morning. I think it was Chris from Bantha School sent me a message too. Victoria, are you awake? And I'm like, I was getting ready for work. And we didn't even know for sure that these things were going to go up for pre-order yesterday morning. They just announced them on the StarWars.com on Wednesday. And I think they might have referenced Walmart's Collector Con or whatever they called it. And but we didn't know for sure that these things were going to go up. There was no confirmation of that or anything. So luckily that they did, and luckily I was up. But like I said, if you weren't there at the right time, if you didn't know that they were going up, a lot of people miss these, and there's a lot of people that are really unhappy about this.
Yeah, I was, like you said, unsure what was going to happen. We had the announcements of the, I guess, 9 figures or so, right? And it was possible that they could be going up. We knew the Collector Con was going on. And I was sitting there waiting on the Walmart app, and really nothing happened. I don't even know how to access it through the app itself. It's a weird experience. And I was actually getting the links through Yakface when they would pop up, and it was over a 15 to 25 minute period. I'm mainly a Black Series collector that I got the 3 ordered that I wanted, but it was okay. But at the same time, if you're not on social media, finding these links or sharing them or something, it's difficult. And,
Yeah, you really got to be connected with this stuff. I mean, it's in a perfect world, or Walmart would put them up on their site all at the same time, all at 7 a.m. or whatever time it is, and they would make them easy to find. They would make it so that you would search Star Wars The Vintage Collection and see those latest pre-orders, search Star Wars The Black Series and see those latest pre-orders. And they just don't do that. You have to do a lot of investigation to find them, and even then it's still not easy. So, thankfully we do have sites like Yakface. Thankfully we do have people in the community posting things on social media, group chats and stuff, where we talk about, oh, this is up, go get it. Things like that. You really need to be connected in this day and age with this hobby to not miss out.
Yeah, definitely. It's very stressful. Lots of FOMO going on, like you said, the night before when something's going up. But yeah, I guess if you were plugged in, this wasn't so smooth compared to on Mattel's end. But I think they went back up throughout the day. A lot of them, the vintage collection things and Black Series that I saw, and yeah, so it was okay. Not the best, but it got done.
It got done, yeah.
It
Thankfully, I
happened.
got everything I wanted. I believe you did too.
Hmm.
I got all the vintage collection. I got all the Black Series pre-ordered. We still have to wait till 2022.
Hmm.
But at least some of that stress for me is alleviated. And like I said, that's half the battle when it comes to Walmart. It's anybody's guess what's going to happen.
Yeah.
They could cancel them like they've done before. They could ship them individually in bubble mailers or unbubbled mailers, and
Hmm.
they arrive and origamied up. But yeah, I mean, at least the pre-orders are in, and that's for me. That's reason enough to sleep a little bit easier.
Yeah, and I don't, like I said, that's what I alluded to. I don't even know what they look like. Nobody does. You
Yeah,
got some pictures from the cartoon on there, and I'm not an inbox collector, so if I'm not about the Clone Wars packaging, so if there's just going to be a Mace Windu or a Grievous, repack, I'm probably going to cancel it.
yeah, it's so weird how there's. I mean, I can't think of a time before this where we didn't have a picture going into pre-order of the actual product or a
Hmm.
prototype or something. Or render. Sometimes they do renders, but just like no picture at all, just like a picture from the
Yeah.
source from the animation. That was weird, and that almost makes me feel like they thought these were going to leak out, and they just wanted to get in front of it. But there had to have been some coordination to have pre-orders go up the next day, So it's interesting. Um, but I fully expect if they're anything like the vintage collection figures that went up for pre-order, that they are going to look closer to the source material in terms of paint, maybe at least.
Hmm.
So I would expect that at the very least, that they're going to look more like micro series Clone Wars.
Hmm. Yeah, hopefully. Then I'd be excited to get them if they're different. But like I said, if it's just we've gotten Mace Windu in the red box, we got it on the Phantom Menace card back, and now if we get a third of the same one, I'm not really probably going to pay for that for a third time. But yeah, like I said, it was okay, and it's kind of weird too that it's everything is 50th anniversary, and these Black Series ones are not coming until spring 22, which is not going to be the anniversary anymore. It's kind of odd.
I wonder if they were more spontaneous, like maybe they saw how well the Target ones did, a
Hmm.
couple months back, and they were like, hey, we need to do another wave of, something with Clone Wars, and they decided to go this route with Black Series, and that's why we have to wait so long. I don't know.
Yeah, good guess. I don't. I guess we'll never know. But yeah, it
Yeah.
could be. Everything seems to have been a hit that has that 50th anniversary on it. They've done
Yeah.
Phantom Menace now, Power of the Force 2. Yeah, forgetting some others. The Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Everything looks
Yeah.
great too.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at some of this stuff. And I know you mentioned that all we had was render. So let's give an example, just in case you haven't seen what these things what these things look like. This is really strange. But yeah, this is basically what the pre-order solicitation looks like. It's just an image of from the show. Yeah. So I mean, it's odd. It's definitely odd. Like this is just kind of an unknown thing for Hasbro to do. So I'm not sure why they did it, but these are characters that are definitely in demand. You can never go wrong with some of these ARC Trooper, like clone troopers. Like everybody just wants those. There's Mace Windu, which I always thought this was a really cool costume for
Hmm.
Mace. So I'm really eager to see how they do this. I imagine there will be some reuse here, maybe some parts from like the I thought I had the figure right
Obi-Wan or
next to
something. I
me.
have one.
Yeah, like the Clone Wars
I
Obi-Wan
got
from
the
earlier this year.
Anakin. If they use some of these parts, yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I can kind of see them taking some parts from like Obi-Wan, like his
Yeah.
chest armor, yeah, and kind of doing a kit bash. Like I think Mace has a clone belt on he's wearing a clone belt, maybe some gauntlets. So yeah, I can definitely see them doing that. The robe is cool too. Like I hope that they do the robe properly and don't just omit it because it looks like it's part of the costume, like here. So that, and then I think you mentioned Grievous earlier. So yeah, Grievous is the other one. Of course, his very first appearance was in the Genndy Tartakovsky Clone Wars micro series. So this was what he looked like originally.
Hmm.
And yeah, I mean, if they repainted the existing Grievous to look like this, yeah,
Hmm.
that's appealing to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it says in the fine print there too that they might not even, they're not going to show it to us even before it ships. That's a possibility.
That's weird. That is super weird. Yeah, it's just unheard of, and I'd like to, if there was an opportunity to kind of know why they took this approach this time. Like, did they just not want us to see the figure? Like, in case, maybe there's a greater chance of it leaking if there's an image of the figure and not the source material. I don't know, but it's just a weird thing. But either way, it's cool that Grievous is not priced as a deluxe figure. He costs the same as Mace and as a Captain Fordo. So that is that's interesting. I mean, even with Jar Jar, I kind of feel like they upped the price on him, didn't they, for the Best Buy figures?
It wasn't at the same price with the Best Buy one, and you did not get a shield and something else with it. I believe, if I was right on that.
Yeah, it may have been.
But yeah, that's nice. You're gonna get a larger figure at the same price. But yeah, I mean, the testament to, they know the fans will purchase this, sight unseen.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. And that's a really good point. I mean, that is hugely a testament to just the sheer velocity at which Black Series and Vintage collections sell. You don't even need a picture of the figure. Just put up a character, put up a version of a character that people are clamoring for, that people love. I mean, Grievous, Mace, and Captain Fordo. I mean, that's easy money right there. And yeah, I think that speaks a lot, like internally for Hasbro, like how easy it is for them to sell stuff. So
yep, just printing money.
Good for them. So another thing that was, I think these even went up for pre-order, and to be honest, I passed on them. So there's Target's doing another round of carbonized figures. And I mean, I got some of the ones from in late 2019, but I mean, these just really aren't doing anything for me. I mean,
yeah, I'm there with you. I haven't bought any of the carbonized. Like, I enjoy the realism of the Black Series, and displaying them, and it looks like a miniature character right out of the movie. And for me, I don't really want my characters shiny. They're not going to fit in with the others.
Yeah.
But the boxes look really cool. The effect, whatever it is that they put on it, give it that sheen, looks really great. So people who like these and eat these up, good for you. I hope everybody's happy with the new releases, because they do look pretty good.
Yeah. So there's Paz Vizsla. Used to be known
He's got
as
a name
heavy.
finally. Yeah.
He's got a name. Yeah, he was just the heavy Mandalorian before. Here's a look at the figure just by itself. And yeah, I mean, it looks pretty similar to the base figure. It's just, it's a little shinier. It's carbonized now. So, whatever. I'm pretty much completist. And I am a completist when it comes to Black Series, but like the carbonized stuff, it's just like, I don't know. I mean, I kind
more of a subline, I guess.
Yeah. And so there's Paz Vizsla. There is a Scout Trooper. And I mean, again, it's like, okay, yeah. I mean, it looks not too dissimilar from the regular one. So I don't know. It just, to me, like, when we talk about things like new characters coming out, repaints that make sense, reissues that make sense, like those aren't cash grabs. Those are like giving people what they want to buy. Like, to me, something like this is like shouts cash grab.
Yeah. I think so.
Like,
and the troopers, I think, are what people want in the carbonized series, from what I gather. So yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's like, why do you want a shiny Scout Trooper? I mean, like, it just makes no sense. But maybe they'll do well. I mean, I don't want to see any Black Series or Vintage Collection product fail. So
yeah. No, I mean, it's got to be doing well if they've gone this long with it now, about a year, and there's 9 figures or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, they know what they're doing, and there are people who are passionate about these, just not for me.
Yeah, not from anybody I've heard from lately either. Shore Trooper, I mean, okay. He's kind of gold looking.
Yeah, the effect, the way it changes the colors, that doesn't really look like the shore Trooper to me, is kind of what turns me off.
It's just strange.
And like the Stormtrooper one, and it made it silver. The Stormtrooper's white.
Right. They made it silver. Yeah, I mean, some of them made sense. Like the Sith Trooper was like a shiny red, like candy apple red. Mando was like normal colors but shiny. But yeah, some
Boba
of them
Fett
just
looked pretty cool, I guess.
Boba looks pretty cool. I actually have that's the only loose carbonite that I
Yeah.
have is Boba because it's Boba Fett. Yeah, I mean things like that do look kind of catchy, but things like this, it's just like, nah. Yeah. For me though, Dave, the most exciting thing this week, and I know you're primarily a Black Series collector, the biggest, most exciting thing of all for me was the fact that they announced these Clone Wars Micro Series Vintage Collection figures. I
Yeah.
was really stoked for these.
Yeah, I mean that's hey, you got an announcement here where there was more vintage collection than Black Series. So yeah, I get excited for you and excited for vintage collection collectors. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, this is I mean, so this is different. I mean, we've never had vintage collection like with cartoons on the cards, and these are based off something that isn't really canon anymore, and something that is, I mean, it's not that it's obscure, but you're not going to really know about this series, unless you were maybe like a kid when the prequels were coming out. If you're a younger fan, you might not even know about the source material from these. But they did a version of this character, ARC Trooper Captain, or Captain Fordo more accurately. I don't know why they keep putting ARC Trooper Captain in these boxes. Yeah, it's just that that's a stud release. The aftermarket value on the existing one is like $250 on a card. So
wow.
Yeah. So I mean, not a bad price. It's just I mean, for this one, I mean, you're comparing for $250 or $14. It's not a hard decision. The only thing with this one is you don't get all the extra accessories that the other one had. But this is cool. It's a new concept. We've never seen Clone Wars Micro Series like art on vintage, and I don't mean just the image. I mean the logo. Everything is brand new. It's straight out of the show, and that marketing from 2003 to 2005.
Yeah.
So this is cool. I like this. This actually, I know some people were upset about these because it's just like it's weird, but I think this is great. I love this actually.
Oh yeah, I think it looks good.
Yeah, super cool. And the figure is really neat too. Like if you have the vintage collection one, for me, it's one of the best figures Hasbro has ever done. So seeing that come back in some capacity, even though it's a little bit different, the paint on the helmet's a little closer to the animation than it is to live action. But it still looks like it's going to be, solid. It's definitely if you don't have that previous one, this will be a good placeholder, or it'll be a good stand-in for that earlier version. So smart repacks is what it's all about. This is a smart repack, and this is the kind of thing they need to do more often.
Yeah. Killing two birds with one stone, that's pretty cool.
Totally. So it wasn't just Captain Fordo. So they also are going to be doing just a regular straight up ARC Trooper. And this was another neat one. It's also straight from those same episodes of the Clone Wars micro series, which some of the best episodes of the micro series when you have all these ARC Troopers led by Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then they go on their own little mission to hunt Grievous. And it's just at this point in time, there's a lot of nostalgia there for me. I mean, we're talking almost 20 years ago. So this is another good one. It's a great figure. We've never gotten this character in the vintage collection. So yeah, another smart repaint. And it's based on the same sculpt as the previous one, but this one does have also, it has like micro animation inspired markings, the way they painted up the helmet and the coloring. It just looks spot on. I'm really, really eager about these. I actually pre-ordered a ton of this one because I have that gunship that they did in 2006 for the Saga collection, from the micro series, with the I think they call it like the shark gunship with the face on it. And, these are going to be perfect for that. So I'm stoked about these.
Yeah. Awesome.
So what else did they announce? So they're doing some Jedi too. It's not just clones, but it's a wave of 5 figures. Yeah, and again, these are all Walmart exclusives. So the orders go up yesterday, and we're kind of in and out. Some of them may actually still be up. I'm not sure, but I know the clones were the first to go as always. But some of these Jedi were still there as of last night, like Ayla Secura. This is another character that goes for close to $100 on the secondary market. So bringing her back in some capacity with photoreal this time.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the card's different, it's still based on the micro series. It's still innovative to me. It's still unique. This is a smart repack again, and I think that just the way they did the photoreal on this one, she looks really good.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you say, the ones that are very valuable and stuff, these are on different cards, so you're offering the same figure to people that might want the figure, but still retaining the value of the original. So, like you said, very smart.
Yeah, I like what Brittany says here. Give us Dirge, you want to. Yeah, Dirge in the vintage collection would be interesting. Let's see, Tickle Guy, Vintage My Wheelhouse. So glad the micro series will be available. Me too. TVC deserved a big win. Yeah, it did. I think it was the clear winners this week for sure, between the two scales.
Mm-hmm.
So Ayla looks great, and I also got to shout out to whoever it was that took the photography for these, because like the poses that they put her in are straight from like the promos from Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith. So huge props to the person that was inventive enough to do that. Because yeah, I mean, this pose right here, I think this is from like Revenge of the Sith.
Oh yeah, cool.
Like promo. Yeah. And they didn't stop at Ayla. They actually did the same thing for some of the other characters here. Like we have, it's not just Ayla. There's a couple other Jedi. Barasafi is coming to this series as well. And obviously, you look at the costume; it is very heavily inspired by the colors of her costume in the show. So that is neat to see. But yeah, just poses that they got her in, I was like, this was one of those like promos from the movie. I remember seeing this back like Attack of the Clones era. So yeah, just they did their homework. The person that did this was probably a fan, I would assume.
Yeah.
Because they got her into some of those poses. I think you can even see like they have her here in the pose from the movie from Attack of the Clones. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
No, it's always great when you see those pictures and you can't tell what scale it is at first. It just looks so good.
Right. Luminara and Dooley. Yeah. Another excellent figure from the vintage collect. Well, she's never been in the vintage collection, I don't think. I think Barris was, Ayla was, but this character was actually released. This figure was released in the Black Series 3 3/4 line back, I think 2013 or 14, somewhere in there. 13, I think. A great figure, a little bit statuesque in the head, not a lot of posability, but again, meant to tie into this particular Clone Wars micro series batch of figures. And yeah, she looks really good. And again, the posing for the photos is fun. Like, just that's cool.
But it'd be cool if that would be your job, right? I would do that. That would be so much fun. Just get to play with everything early and just be a fan and pose it up, and it'd be great.
Yeah. Well, if you see that anywhere, let me know, and I might apply for it.
Yeah, I'll forward you to the job listing.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, just good. I mean, they don't always get great poses on these promo images, but like this is good stuff. So there's one more. It's probably the least exciting, but it is nevertheless one of the figures in this wave. So it's a battle droid. Again based on a Clone Wars micro series. This time painted red, like they were in Attack of the Clones and in the micro series. So I don't know. I think that this one, I really like the card art on this one, just like how they're kind of like marching into battle with the what is it, the Hailfire droid behind them. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's great. Hopefully the card stock is thicker, like they were telling you at the promo thing, right? So then it'll fly farther when we fold it into paper airplanes.
I sure hope so. Not the easiest figure to pose. If you have any of these more recent battle droids, they're very hard to keep standing on their own. So yeah, that'd be the only concern. But I mean, I don't really know what all they can do for that. It's just kind of the design. It's very top heavy, very spindly legged. But yeah, so really solid wave. I am absolutely like stoked for all of these. And for me, as a collector, like I like to see things that speak to me personally. The Clone Wars micro series back from 2003 to 2005 was just a really special time. It helped to fill the gap between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. It was Star Wars content that we kind of had just as an extra. And, we're talking before the Clone Wars, this was like our first like Clone Wars. And it was just awesome. I mean, the animation style, um, the scenarios that they put the characters in. Some of them were a little far fetched, but I mean, you could say the same things about the prequels. You could say the same things about the Clone Wars CG series. So it was a great time. I really enjoyed that era, and seeing some sort of tribute to that. Not only a tribute, but smart character releases is a really cool thing.
Yeah, good. It looks like they're really turning around, putting more focus, more depth, and appreciation into this line. I know that was something that a couple years ago didn't look like it was going to happen once they brought this vintage collection back. But yeah, it's exciting stuff.
Totally. And Brittany has the best comments. At least when the battle droids fall over, it's in character.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so cool stuff. I'm stoked about these. It's all about maintaining interest for the line, pushing it in new directions, seeking inspiration from the past. And I think this sort of a wave, and even for Black Series, even though we haven't seen the figures, is definitely a good way to do that. So here's hoping to continue this trend, keep pushing things. The sales, the numbers are there. The sellouts of the pre-orders speak for themselves. So that can't be a bad thing for Hasbro.
No, yeah, it's a bad thing for our wallets, but whatever. We're getting some pretty awesome figures out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I need to watch the micro series again. I haven't seen it in ages, but it's on Disney Plus. So I might have to check it out tomorrow or something.
I have been watching it. I didn't get very far into it. I usually, I'm doing something else if I have it on, but it's pretty cool. Like you were saying, the animation style is very unique. It's a lot like Samurai Jack or something, but yeah, definitely give it a watch, people. It's fun.
It's fun. Yeah, that's what it's all about, right? Star Wars should be fun. Well, cool. Yeah, so I think that as far as pre-orders go, I know that Hot Toys announced some stuff. I haven't really had time to look at it because they're having their own with absence of Comic-Con would normally be this week. A lot of toy companies are doing their own thing, and Hot Toys had a lot of stuff. I saw they had Cobb Vanth, so I'm like, but yeah, so there's a lot of cool stuff. You do. My husband has that same shirt.
Yeah, I got a Target, I think. Yeah.
I'm rocking a Bo-Katan at the moment.
Nice.
Hey, Jason, thank you for joining us. Yeah, good stuff. So yeah, I'm really excited. About some of these releases that are coming up, and I just hope they keep it coming, keep the momentum going. We want to see more product for both of these lines. We want to see more exciting releases, and these check the boxes for me and a lot of people that I've talked to over the last days. Off and on. So I'm stoked. Bring it, Hasbro. Bring it.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they continue. I find myself over this last year when I'm evaluating what I think of collecting and what I'm doing. And I think much like yourself, I get really excited for this series when they get figures. Rebels releases, Clone Wars, now Mandalorian in live action. There's just so much storytelling there when we get into the serialized television. You can be with the character a lot longer, develop a greater relationship with that character, more depth with the character. And that's how I like to collect. I like to collect things that really speak to me, that I bond with, and it's just coming back to anything that comes from a television series, more so than the films. For some reason this past year just really been hitting me a different way, and I really hope they keep that up.
Yeah, and there's a lot of content on the way, so as we always say on the podcast, we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
before too long. So yeah, good stuff. What else have you noticed? Any other toys that have sparked your interest lately that were announced, or anything else that you've happened to notice?
I don't know. I think I sent you guys a picture. I've been getting into Back to the Future again. I picked up 2 DeLoreans this week. I got the Jada 1/24th Back to the Future 3, and I picked up the Playmobil one, was on clearance for $25. Me and my kids sat down and put that together today. Nice. But yeah, that's another thing that I'm very interested in, and I've been collecting the NECA Back to the Future.
Yeah, those are neat. I have maybe 5 of them. You can kind of see them right here over my shoulder right there.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I got some of them. I think there's 2 that I don't have, but I'm not really completist on those. It's just kind of like, as long as I have a little bit of Back to the Future representation in my collection, it's one of my top 10 favorite
Yeah.
films. I'm good with that. So, I got to have a little bit of representation in there, and that's what those are. But yeah, so yeah, anything else? I honestly, other than the Star Wars and the stuff with Mattel, I haven't really had like time to really like investigate what else has been announced from other companies. But I've heard here and there that there are things that are being announced.
No, I mean like Star Wars and Jurassic is my main thing. The only thing I can say is like I've been again just into those die-cast vehicles, and I went back and got the Jada Jurassic World Jeep that was back up on Amazon in the 2015 packaging. I got it.
Yeah.
This one. I haven't opened it up yet. Just something that I missed the first time I got the smaller one, and I saw this was back up on Amazon at a reasonable price, and I grabbed this.
That's cool.
But I don't know why vehicles have been speaking to me here lately.
Yeah. No, that's pretty rad. Yeah. The Jurassic stuff, like the vehicles, is always can never go wrong. Can never go wrong at all. Just to show. So I mentioned some of those Hot Toys, so I kind of feel like I have to at least show some of them really quick. So let me go ahead and grab those. I'll grab a link so we can check out some of the announcements. That,
I definitely haven't seen them all. So yeah, I've been seeing some of them for the first time. I've only looked at some of them so far. So I'm not really into the larger collectible stuff, but yeah, I'm definitely interested. Let's check this out.
Yeah, let's do that. Major rabbit hole though. It's easy to get sucked into some of these other lines. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at that here. So go ahead and share this screen right here so we can take a look. And all right, so this is the first one that is on display. So this is Casca Reeves. We haven't seen her yet without the helmet. Who's that behind her? And yeah, so she looks, she's very vibrant, very blue. Armor looks cool. And I assume that she's got to have that unmasked head. It's just, she's got to, right? So
yeah,
that's cool. I don't know that I would get her. I do have Bo-Katan on pre-order, but I don't know that I need like all 3 of them. And it's not just her, because I know that they have a placeholder here for Axe Wove, so they are going to do all 3 of them.
Cool.
Yeah, nobody else has done an Axe Woves, right? I don't think nobody like Hasbro hasn't, Lego hasn't, so. Hot Toys is might be the first to have Axe Woves as an action figure. So that is a neat one. I can't wait to see the actual figure. And then let's see. So Fennec Shand is another one that is coming soon. So yeah, again, we haven't seen like the complete unmasked head. This is all they've had on display. Unless I missed something. Like I said, I've been really busy. I haven't really had a time to watch any of their streams or anything. I might try and go do that a little bit later tonight. But yeah, so Fennec Shand. We also have the Super Battle Droid, which is kind of a neat one. And as I understand it, yeah, this one is based on its appearance in The Mandalorian. So
yeah, that's a little more. Cool.
It is a little more streamlined, I think, than the prequels look, just slightly redesigned. I actually think it looks a little more Clone Wars to me, like here. But yeah, definitely a neat one, and I'll be curious to see if they put any light up features or anything like that into this version of the figure. So we have that. Oh, here's our boy right here. Here he is right here. So I'm really excited about this one. I cannot wait to see the unmasked head that I'm sure it's going to have. Yeah.
That was so cool.
It does. This is a day one pre-order for me. It's just, gotta get him. Gotta get my boy Cobb Vanth. Yeah.
Man, if I had the money, I probably would be purchasing every one of those.
Yeah.
Or space even.
I know that's the thing. Hot Toys take up a lot of space. Some of them of mine are just in the boxes because I don't have enough details to put them in. I wish I did because I certainly would would do that if I could. So another Grogu, Hot Toys has done multiple. This is actually a pretty unique set. It's going to come with his little meditation stone, couple Grogu figures. He has the egg tank. So that's a first. Nobody else has made that egg tank. He's got his
Nice.
food with
Yeah.
the squid. He's got a Womp Rat. Yeah, and I think that's a little bull he hides on Tatooine, right? When he's what is the name of that town? Mos Pelgo.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so that's cute. That's cute. It's probably gonna be like $150 though. So I don't know if that cute for $150, but tempting for sure.
Yep.
And one thing that's interesting that they don't normally do, and sticking on the Mandalorian theme, this is a diorama that they've never sold a diorama for Star Wars, and this is something that they have on display currently, and it's here. It's going to be for pre-order because it is on Sideshow's site. So, yeah, if you have space, and I mean we're talking 12-inch figures here, so this diorama must be pretty darn big.
Yeah.
There's no way I would have the space for it, but if anybody buys it, I'll be happy to admire your photos and your videos of it, but that'd probably be as far as I would get.
Yeah. Hopefully someone has a finished basement entirely devoted to this. But that is cool looking, top-notch stuff whenever I see those photos for this.
Yeah, for sure. And the last thing that I've heard of that's been on display is the speeder bike with Scout Trooper.
Cool.
Yeah, so this one is interesting because they actually barely released the Mandalorian version with the Scout Trooper, the white speeder bike. So to see them moving into so quickly to the Return of the Jedi version is kind of cool. I'm really tempted. I have Endor Luke, I have Endor Leia, I have Wicket. It kind of completes the scene, right? So
yeah, I don't know.
I'm just
maybe
saying.
Multiples.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying I'm gonna buy it. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cool stuff. I really love seeing what they're doing. I mean, even though I don't buy all the Hot Toys. Obviously, it's still fun to admire the detail, the level of artistry that goes into these figures. I mean, they are works of art, and
Definitely,
yeah. So really cool stuff. So let's take a look at the chat and see what our friends here are talking about. All right. Let's see. So Brittany referring to Yoda in Clone Wars, iconic opening where Yoda looks like he's wearing a hoodie. Yeah, that was always a fun thing. Dave, I don't know if you remember back in 2003 when they had that Microsoft Clone Wars line. They're realistic, but loosely based on the show. But there was a Yoda figure that had it looked like a big Western style poncho. You remember that?
I don't remember. I mean, I was not collecting at that time, so no. If I go back and see it, I would remember. But I don't remember it in the moment. Nope.
Yeah. So that is I definitely got to go back and rewatch that. Definitely got to go back.
I just discovered that I can read the chat here. I've been looking at another screen the whole time.
Oh. Yeah, it's a little bit of a learning curve with StreamYard. Yeah, so the Night Owls, the three Endos. Brittany says Fennec. Brittany, are you gonna get Fennec? You should get Fennec. Uncle Guy, thankfully I was able to score Mattel Scareglow yesterday. Just curious if anyone else here collects as well. Masters of the Universe. I don't. Do you collect them, Dave?
No, I don't. When it was on Netflix, the original series, this is maybe 4 years ago or something. My daughter was actually into the original 80s series, and we had bought some vintage toys at a vintage toy show. That's the extent of my Masters of the Universe was what my kid liked. And I actually watched the first 2 episodes before I hopped on here of the Revelations today. It's pretty good. I mean, I am by no means a fan or a collector or anything, but I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Yeah, Masters of the Universe was kind of a little bit before my time. So I don't know anything about it really other than what other collectors have told me about it. And I did see the preview for the new series for Netflix. I saw the trailer and it did look cool. I may check it out. But I mean, it's we already collect Star Wars, Jurassic, Like, I think we both dabble in the Back to the Future. I
Mm-hmm.
do some Batman. I gotta look over the shelf. I do some Ghostbusters, Ninja
Oh
Turtles,
yeah, yeah.
um, some Terminator, some odds and
Yeah, you got to
ends.
draw the line somewhere, and that's such a big hole to jump into.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
like I didn't know about it when I was a kid. I was born in '85, so I think it was on its way out by the time I was starting to buy toys.
yeah.
Um, but
Same year
yeah,
as me.
the new
Uh,
show, I definitely appreciate them giving a little sentence to tell you who the character is, because I only know not only some of the characters, and they definitely insert that, like, to let you know, and to say that people like myself who know nothing can enjoy it just as much as the hardcore fans.
Yeah, no, I'm happy that the fans do have the new content, new toy line. It's just it's just not for me. And I actually did pick up a couple of the first wave from like a couple years ago, but
Mm-hmm.
I haven't even opened them. I just got them because it was like the FOMO thing. It's like, oh, what's this? I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
And I never opened them. I don't even know why. It just was just one of those things. They're still available in stores. Let's see. So, Brittany, I don't collect ammo to you, but that new Tila figure revelation, they revealed is tempting. Um, you
Tom
need
is
to,
a big collector, right? Or not big,
yeah,
but he collects
yeah.
them.
Tom is our friend Tom Shorten. Yeah, he does collect Masters of the Universe. I think he buys them all. Ted,
Okay.
any guesses as to the head under the blue Arc Trooper helmet in the new release? Yep, they will have heads underneath. I don't know what they look like because they're not in the solicitation, but they will have heads underneath. Jason says, I kind of want Skelegod. That looks cool. Also, just get rid of your couch and you'll have room. I mean, we have the floor, right? That's what the floor's for.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Bernie says, I can't take the gateway drug that is Hot Toys. Yeah, insane rabbit hole. You can't just buy one. The first one I bought was Leia from New Hope, and that was like a Christmas gift, like in 2016 for my husband. And it was supposed to be, I was like, I just want one Hot Toys. I just want one of these to have in the
Yeah.
collection. And yeah, it didn't end there. That's all I can say about that. Um, yeah, so cool stuff. I mean, there's so much to go around. I was talking to our friend Greg earlier, and he was telling me that they're making like 6-inch action figures based off like the cereals now, like Count Chocula. And he said, I don't know
Really.
who's making them, but he sent me a picture of like some action figures, like 6-inch cereal characters. And I was like, those are cool, but yeah, I can't do those.
Mm-hmm. There's
Imagine
always
like,
something in the toy aisle, like, maybe I should buy that, and then it's just, you got to stop yourself and be like, no, stay focused.
yeah, and that's part of it. Like for me, like toys can often be just like a quick pick me up. If I see like a $5 toy that I want to check out, and just have fun with it for a couple of days, and that's, to me, that's worth it. I can just pass it along after that to somebody, but
Mm-hmm.
to like actively get into another line with the purpose of collecting and like hunting and all that, that's just a lot of work, and a lot of money, a lot of space, a lot of work. So got to keep my focuses as best I can.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Brittany, do these 6-inch figures come as toys in the cereal boxes?
That would be a great idea. That's awesome.
It wouldn't be a cheap box of cereal, that's for sure.
Oh man, did you get the Ian Malcolm cereal last year from Hot Topic? It was
I
the
didn't.
pop cereal. It was like, I had it during lockdown. It was really gross.
Yeah. Yeah. A Funko branded cereal. I can't, it just doesn't sound like it would be good.
Not a good idea, but we were all stuck inside, and I was like, hey, it's here.
It's like kind of like that Baby Yoda cereal I remember from last year. I don't even know if they're still making it, but yeah, it was, I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't like great either. It was
Yeah,
just
I
like,
thought it was
okay.
okay. Is that the one, the Mandalorian cereal from General Mills?
Yeah, with Baby Yoda's head on it. He's not even like
Yeah,
happy, just like, you know,
he's like in front of a cereal bowl. Like, I
yeah,
thought it was pretty
yeah,
good. It was a big hit in our household. We must have bought like 4 boxes of it.
yeah. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
It's
It
just,
just,
though, it's like every branded cereal or licensed cereal is like the same. They just change the colors.
yeah. Well, cool, Dave. We're coming up on an hour here. Anything else you want to share? Anything else going on with you that you want to discuss or?
No, not a whole lot. It's been a lazy summer for me. I haven't been doing much of anything as far as social media. Hopefully that'll change soon, but just kind of surviving this summer.
That's not a bad thing from time to time.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
a bad thing from time to time. Well, cool, Dave. So I just want to let everybody know we do have an episode of Cantina Chatter coming out on Monday. This is our latest episode where we talk The Bad Batch. We discuss the Book of Boba Fett. We talk Star Wars Vision. So, lots of Star Wars media topics in this episode. And so we'll have that out on Monday. So, we'll put it on YouTube. It'll be available anywhere you download podcasts. And I still need to add your information to the description. Like this morning when I scheduled this, like I didn't even know who was coming on. I forgot about the show.
Mm-hmm.
I just been busy, and I just hurriedly put all the information in. But I'll put your links in after we finish up
All
here.
right,
But
yeah, no problem.
where can our viewers and attendees here go to find you online?
I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, all under JurassicDave93. And like I said, haven't been posting a lot lately, but I'm still there. I'm watching people's stories, liking their posts. So shoot me a direct message if you want to have a chat about something, whatever we have in common. I'm there.
Sounds great. Well, Dave, thanks so much for being on here. Thanks to everybody who's in the chat, all of our friends here who've tuned in and listened to our conversation for the past hour. Lots of good stuff. And stay tuned for that episode of Cantina Chatter. And I also announced on social media today that the Vintage Collection Podcast Season 2 will be returning late next week. So, I'll be recording that later this weekend. And that'll be out later next week. So really excited to bring that back. It's been on hiatus for the last 3 to 4 months or something, 3 months, I think. But thanks everybody. Thank you, Dave. Let's do this again sometime.
All right.
And everybody take care. Have a great evening. May the force be with you, and be well, be safe. Take care.
All right. See ya.